Hello and welcome to another mini podcast, and basically we're discussing lots of gaming news from this week. So Last of Us Remastered Edition, got a new MMO called DayZ zombie themed game coming to the PS4 and the PC, which is on Steam, the new Batman game, and also the Borderlands prequel sequel game between Borderlands 1 and 2. So hope you enjoy the podcast. Hit it with a like, let me know in the comments below any feedback about the next podcast, any questions we can answer in the next podcast, and enjoy the video.
How's your Kingdom of Britain going?
It's actually been quite a nice day today. I've enjoyed the weather.
Oh, were you like throwing bread at the peasants and stuff?
Yes, I was throwing bread at the peasants. Actually, I had a helicopter over the top of my house, and everything was just shaking.
Oh.
I was recording it, and I was like, "Oh, I better stop because this is."
They're coming to overthrow you.
Yeah.
They're taking you out. Well, today we have a lot of really cool stuff to talk about, and I thought we would start off with some feedback from the last podcast where we discussed our favorite games of March. Now, I was really surprised that so many people were not as excited about March as we were.
I thought March was amazing, but yeah, like I said in the comments, everyone was a bit down on it. I don't know.
Yeah, Bad Mr. Box said, I'm checking out the list of release games for March, and I personally would consider it to be far below average. And I that was like a really repeated thing, and I just could not believe it. So I don't know if it's that these games just appealed to us very much, or maybe people without next gen who didn't get Titanfall or Infamous feel like it was kind of a letdown. But I also saw people saying that there wasn't a truly phenomenal game, and that's something we touched on as well, that like all these games were really fun, but not no superstars.
Not Last of Us, if that makes any sense. I mean, we did actually forget South Park. I do apologise because I did play that game. We completely forgot about that completely, but I thought March was an amazing month. Compare this to like June or July, which is going to be absolutely empty. So.
Yeah, and people made mention of some really cool months. We were talking about November 2007 when there was like Mass Effect, Assassin's Creed, Uncharted, like crazy starts of some of the hugest franchises. But it kind of also seems that people are not yet ready to go fully next gen. The Real Tata01 said, am I the only one who agrees with the fact that the next gen games that are out now are not must-have games? I mean, the majority of next gen games that I've seen so far do not make me want to go buy either console just for these so-called great next-gen games. And that was like the most popular comment on my video, which I was really surprised by, because me personally, I was like, dang, Titanfall and Infamous are definitely the system sellers, but I guess not.
I feel like Infamous I mean, apparently Infamous sold 1 million copies, by the way. It's been one of the top-selling next-gen titles. That news was today.
Nice. Nice.
So that was
that's a pretty good number for them, I think.
People must have seen that adverts and been very, very interested in that game, and then obviously put their money down. But I'm trying to figure out what that big game he's talking about. What is it? A Halo? Is it Uncharted?
Yeah, because to me, it seems like a lot of people who are hesitant to jump into the next gen are looking for something that is going to be dramatically different, like sort of how Super Mario 64 is like this first big 3D experience. And I wonder if it's because of age or what, that people don't remember the transition from PS2, GameCube, Xbox to 360. Like, it was just graphics, really. I mean, some bigger worlds and graphics, and that's kind of what we're getting here. So I don't know that we're going to get that game at all, like at least within the next few years. I don't know if there is that revolutionary game coming whatsoever.
I can't think of anything unless it's something to do with like the Rift or something along those lines, where it's saying a little bit more of a different concept as such. But for me, I think it's just purely going to be hopefully like better AI, better graphics, and it's going to be progressing in that sort of fashion, in my opinion anyway. Yeah,
I think it's just more fun, more pretty games. I don't think there's going to be like, hey, maybe it's because there was so much hype around this time, and the media and Twitter and like everything is just at a max, that it's like, oh my god, next gen, and they're talking about it like this is really the next generation of video gaming, when in reality it's just like
an upgrade.
I mean,
maybe.
Yeah, it's like upgrading your PC, significantly or something like that. It's not really I mean, it's not like they introduced motion control. Kinect really isn't proving to be anything so far, hugely revolutionary. So kind of interesting that maybe people are waiting for something that just isn't coming.
I think it will come. I think when we got like the Halos and the stuff and the big...
But you think that's going to be revolutionary, or just like a really good Halo?
But it'll be games that capture someone's like...
Yeah.
I don't know, it's going to capture someone, like stuff like Uncharted 4. We're going to be seeing like gameplay at E3, I reckon, for that game, and stuff like Fallout 4 when people start seeing that sort of stuff, they'll be like, oh my god, I need to buy this console like now. I think that's what's going to push the sales and push the people on the sidelines. I mean, if I perhaps didn't do YouTube, I'd probably have like one console, and then which would probably be the PS4, and I would be trying to decide whether to get the Xbox One and stuff. So I'm pretty in a similar position to what those people would be in.
Yeah, I wonder if it's. I mean, also Infamous is kind of. It is very similar to 1 and 2 in